Move by heading the news for you. Stay with us up to the end. Now news in detail. Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed and President Emmanuel Macron of France have visited Roquewan churches of Lalibela, a UNESCO World Heritage Site in Lalibela regional states. Akiluga Brasmo on this.
President of France Emmanuel Macron has arrived at Lalibela, Amhara regional state as part of his 2 days official visit to Ethiopia. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed welcomed the president upon his arrival at Lalibela International Airport. Emmanuel Macron visited the Roquewan churches of Lalibela, which were inscribed as UNESCO's World Heritage Site. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed on the event said that the arrival of the president is all about keeping the pledge of the French government to renovate the Lalibela Roquewan churches. The aim of the visit is that during my visit to France, I told President Macron about Lalibela Roquewan churches and its current status. And then France agreed to provide support, and Macron arrived here by keeping his pledge. This is the site which reveals the Ethiopian ancient history, but the current generation has to walk with courage, just like our forefathers, to write its own history. President Emmanuel Macron also appreciated the scene of Lalibela Roquewan churches during his visit. Negosu Tilaun, press secretary at Prime Minister Office, said that the two leaders will sign agreements to deepen long-standing relationships of the two countries.
Countries are banning the flight of Boeing 737 MAX 8 airplane in connection with its crash in Ethiopia, including Ethiopia. Some countries have temporarily suspending operation of all 5 brands of Boeing 737 MAX 8. Olma Baina has a story.
The plane was supposed to fly from Ethiopia to Kenya.
Various international media reported that many countries are suspending flying Boeing MAX out of and into their countries. The BBC Worldwide reported that Singapore's Civil Aviation Authority has temporarily suspended the Boeing 737 MAX fleet of aircraft from flying into and out of the country. The decision comes after an Ethiopian Airlines Boeing MAX 8 crashed on Sunday, killing 157 people on board. It was the second fatal accident involving that model in less than 5 months. Singapore's Changi Airport is the world's 6th busiest and a major hub connecting Asia to Europe and the US. But only a handful of airlines operate MAX aircraft in and out of the country. Several airlines and regulators around the world have already grounded the MAX 8 model following the crash. Singapore is believed to be the first country to ban all the variations of MAX fleet of aircraft. The suspension went into effect from 14 local time. Singapore's aviation authority said the affected airlines, including Silk Air, which operates 6 Boeing 737 MAX 8 aircraft, as well as China Southern Airlines, Garuda Indonesia, Shandong Airlines, and Jai Lion Air. It said it is working with airlines and Changi Airport to minimize the impact on passengers. Experts told the BBC that disruption was likely, however. Aviation consultant Ian Thomas said, quote, "This is sure to lead to significant flight and disruption to schedules as the airlines involved switch to other aircraft types, assuming they are available." Al Jazeera English also reported that U.S. Federal Aviation Administration said it was working with local authority and the National Transportation Safety Board and may soon share safety information concerning the aircraft. The Federal Aviation Administration said it was ordering Boeing to make improvements to anti-stealing software and the maneuvering system, giving the company until the end of April to make the updates. A team of U.S. aviation experts from the Federal Aviation Administration was at the site on Tuesday. Tamrat Abara, a witness who saw the plane go down, told the Associated Press smoke was coming out of the rear and the aircraft rotated twice before hitting the ground. The CNN also reported that Australia's Civil Aviation Safety Authority has temporarily suspended airlines from flying all Boeing 737 MAX jets to or from Australia. No Australian airlines fly the 737 MAX, Australia Civil Aviation Safety Authority said, but 2 foreign carriers had previously flown the aircraft into the country.
350 of that model in service around the world, with orders for more than 5,000. Boeing stock fell 5% Monday on the news.
The newly appointed Ambassador Extraordinary and the Plenipotentiary of Ethiopia to Kenya, Melissa Allen, presented his credentials to President Uhuru Kenyatta. Ambassador Meles on the occasion said the long-standing and strong people-to-people relations existed between the two countries could be a model for the region. Meles noted that he would attach special attention towards further strengthening the ties between the two nations in the areas of trade, investment, infrastructure, and food security. President Uhuru Kenyatta, for his part, expressed his profound sorrow over the loss of lives during the tragic plane crash of flight ET302, while noting that his country attached significant importance to its relations with Ethiopia. The president assured Ambassador Meles of Kenya's support during his tenure. Speaker of Chafe Oromia Lalibela said Chafe is working to capacitate councils at zones, towns, and districts levels so as to give swift and quality service for the public. Fikado Brown has more on this.
Chafe Oromia has offered capacity building training for councils drawn from the 4 Walaga, the 2 Guji and Borana zones, towns, districts in Adama town. Speaker of Chafe Oromia Lalibela in her opening speech said that the aim of the training is to capacitate councils at different levels. The training is aimed to build capacity of councils at different levels on how to discharge their responsibilities properly. It is given on titles, conflict resolution, as well as the role of federal system in our country. After this training, the trainees are expected to play their level best in conflict management of their area. It is also very important to identify our limitations and to set future direction, she said. Director of Special Training Program Directorate at Oromia Regional State Leadership Academy, Sadiq Adam, who offered the training, said the training is crucial to aware the trainees about conflict resolution in line with the constitution of the country.
The trainees are coming from each waradas in the towns, and they are going to aware about conflict transformation, conflict resolution, in light of the constitution and the federal system, which means that the constitution and the federal system currently on operation is not the source of conflict. Rather, the federal system is one of the conflict transforming mechanism. Therefore, the trainees are going to aware this mission and going to apply when they return to their homelands.
He adds that federal system is very important for the countries such as Ethiopia to accommodate diversity.
The federal system is a system that have been implemented in several countries all over the world. Currently, more than 28 countries are following the federal system. Ethiopia is not the only country that follows the federal system. So there is reason why countries follow the federal system. One of the reasons is accommodating of the diversity. As we know, the Ethiopian people are very diversified in terms of language, in terms of identity, in terms of culture, in terms of so many things. The diversity is very heterogeneous, so that the federal system that is meant for this country is to accommodate all these diversities.
Sadiq further noted that the government should implement the federal system properly in order to save the country from different disasters.
The government has to implement the federal system as it is indicated in the constitution. If that is happened, the country will be safe, the country will be strong, the country will be developed, the country will be prosperous.
The trainees have also stated that they have been getting good awareness from such trainings to serve their people in accordance to the constitution.
The Ministry of Education stated quality assurance exam would be given to education experts and teachers across the country. The ministry have briefed media on the issue. Olma Bain has looked on the story.
The education and training policy has stipulated that ensuring access, quality, equity, and efficiency, as well as relevance of education requires effective management and leadership at all levels of education system. The Ethiopian Ministry of Education has also been striving to ensure education quality at all levels. Director of Renewal of Professional License Directorate with the Ministry of Education, Kasej Alamu, says that the ministry has finished preparations to evaluate teachers, school principals, and supervisors of primary and secondary schools of the government. Kasej said the evaluation exam will be given on March 17, 2019 across the country in 380 centers.
በዚህ ምዘና በመላ ሀገሪቱ ወደ 92313
In this evaluation exam, more than 92,000 teachers, school principals, and supervisors are expected to participate, she said. Kasej noted that teachers, school principals, and supervisors who were registered to be evaluated can take the examination at centers nearest to them.
ቀደም ሲል ተመዝግበው ሲጠባበቁ የቆዩ መምህራን ርዕሰ መምህራን
All teachers, supervisors, and school principals who were registered to take the examination should prepare themselves knowing that the exam will be effective on March 17, 2019, she said. Kasej said the evaluation exam has been given in the country starting from 2013, especially for newly recruited teachers, adding that this is the second time that evaluating senior teachers. Kasej further noted that the ministry delivers various trainings to support teachers and education experts who are not succeeded in the evaluation.
በምዘናው የሚጠበቀውን ውጤት ያላስመዘገቡ መምህራንም አመራርም
Teachers and school principals as well as supervisors who are not succeeded in the evaluation are usually supported after their problems are identified, she said. She also stated that the evaluation will not include private school teachers.
Many thanks for joining us. That's all what we had for now. Enjoy it.